Welcome to the Bulletproof for BJJ podcast. Today is our Q&A episode. JT and I are going to answer the questions from y'all. We haven't done one of these for a couple of recordings.
Nope.
So apologies if you sent this through. You know, you thought we'd forgotten about you. We haven't. Here we are. By the way, if you want to record a question for us to be featured on a future episode, go to bulletproofforbjj.com, hit the podcast tab, and big red button. Record us a voicemail. We love hearing you guys. We love to hear where you're from. It's great to know who our listeners are. So please, it's a little treat. And no doubt you got something on your mind that probably a bunch of other grapplers out there are also thinking. So it really helps the community. First one here, anonymous. See what we got.
Hey guys, this is Dan. I'm a purple belt in the States, 44 years old.
Shout out, Dan.
In Missouri. You guys responded to a question I had. Thank you so much. I wanted to give you a quick update. So mine was about, getting older on the mats and dealing with that and,
Yes.
kind of slowing down a little bit. But I wanted to let you know that your advice on maybe a little less frequency, situational drilling, and really being purposeful about when I go hard, those things have made a huge difference, and I'm really motivated now. So I've been doing your standards program for 2 months.
Nice.
And I've started focusing a little more on that and only going to jiu-jitsu 3 to 4 days a week as opposed to 5 or 6. As a result of all these things combined, A, I feel like I have more energy, and B, I've been able to tap into this explosiveness that wasn't there before. In the milliseconds before someone puts me in a dominant position, right? So someone passes my guard and is about to make my life hell. I'm able to get out a little quicker than I was before because I've got a little more to tap into, I think.
Nice.
And I'm not tired all the time. So thank you so much. I also wanted to let you know that reserving those days when I do go hard, also a really big help and really motivating. I might only do it once a week, but when I do it, it feels so much stronger, and it's a real mood boost. So I just wanted to say thank you guys so much. Keep doing what you're doing.
Fuck, how cool is that?
Yeah, amazing. Thanks, bro. We appreciate the feedback, and it's great to hear someone check back in.
Yeah.
Because, people send a question, and then it's like, what happened to that guy?
Yeah.
And so it's great to know that, and it's fantastic to hear that that's working for you. And look, I'll be honest, I am a poor harder kind of guy in general. I tend to do stuff to the nth degree for better or worse. But for sure, in the same way you're experiencing with your gains with jiu-jitsu and in the gym, I experienced that when I started approaching my own lifting differently. Not maxing every session, but just over time finding moments of opportunity for intensity, and then, finding that there is benefit in doing days that are not maximal. And, that was over 10 years ago. And subsequently, I keep that. And that has enabled me to, now I'm 42 years old, still getting stronger. And I think that's the thing. You do have to change your approach as you age, and you've got to find what works for you. And it sounds like it's working for you.
Yeah, man, that's so cool. I've actually got it written on my hat here, quality over quantity.
100%.
And it's finding that balance and giving yourself that rest. I mean, Dan actually said it. He said, I have more energy. And that's kind of everything, because I think when you're really in the fire, grappling a bunch and working and doing all that, often fatigue is the thing you feel. You're just fucking tired.
All the time.
And so being able to be in the gym doing your strength work, doing your flexibility, training jits and getting better and having energy is you found the secret there, brother. Well done.
Amen.
Next question coming in from Doug.
Hey, what's up, Joey and JT? My name's Doug, reaching out from Ogden, Utah. Second time I've called in. I'm reaching out because I've been really struggling with cramps lately. And as you guys suggested, I got something similar to Sodi, a different brand, but some electrolyte powder. And man, I've been drinking this stuff like someone bet me I couldn't. But I still keep cramping. So I guess I just wanted to know if it's just a casualty of the sport, something that's going to happen no matter what, if I should be taking more of these. I've been having 2 or 3 of these packets a day and drinking around a gallon of water, eating pretty clean, following the program, working out. And I still get these cramps all the time, and it affects me being able to finish up triangles, even just hip escaping sometimes when my foot's cramping is nearly impossible. So Just any suggestions that you have as far as like dosage of different electrolytes and like what specifically I want to focus on when I'm looking at supplements. I know you'll probably say I just need to buy sodium, and I might. But anyway, that's what I wanted to know. Thank you so much, guys. Love the podcast. Hope to hear my question again. Thanks. Bye.
Awesome.
Fucking hell, he's just set us up for the Sodi ad drop. Boom.
No sodium drop. I mean, look.
No, it's enough electrolytes.
No. I'm sure you're doing enough of the electrolytes. I would recommend two things which can help here, because a good friend of mine used to suffer really bad leg cramps. Not a jiu-jitsu person, just someone who suffered a lot of calf, foot, and lower limb cramps. Two things which will help. One is massage and using a lacrosse ball or a roller of some sort to really work through to what we talk about, like muscle quality. So this person was pretty flexible. So I couldn't understand, how are you getting cramps? It wasn't like they were a tight person. They weren't restricted in their movement, but they went and started seeing a myotherapist regularly. And the person, they would like give them a little, just that. And they're like, so much pain, because the actual muscle quality was low. And so they weren't actually getting the blood circulating to the muscle the way they thought they were. So this person sat down for their job. And once they started getting consistent massages, and then they started doing a bit of massage with a ball and a roller, this helped improve their circulation. So it helped relax their muscles as well, like reduce nervous tension. And then the next thing on that was magnesium. Now, this person didn't just take magnesium as a supplement. They used magnesium spray. So people who get really bad cramps, it's often referred to as magnesium oil. Even though it's not oil, it just has an oily texture. You can get it from a health food store or something like that. It's pretty cheap. It's like 10, 15 bucks. You just spray it on and you massage it into the area, and it helps reduce muscular tension. So massage is one thing, oral magnesium, but then magnesium spray on the crampy areas will help.
Yeah, I was just thinking through the whole piece there. Magnesium for sure. Yeah, topical is really good. I second the sprays. You can also do Epsom salt baths, which is magnesium salts. And so if you like doing baths, I'm a big fan of baths. Just get yourself a big fucking container of Epsom salt and put a solid. You got to make sure you put a big dose into the bath, but soak in there for 10, 15 minutes. Try that a couple times a week. And then also, obviously supplementation, which is probably the most expensive of the lot.
It is. There's
many different grades of magnesium. I'm not actually going to tell you which ones are good, because I actually find it quite confusing.
Yep.
But it is one of those things. You do, of course, get magnesium in your electrolyte supplement, but you don't get the dosage that you're going to get from like an oral or a topical application.
Yep.
We're talking like say with Sodi, I think you're getting, what do you get, like 90, 100?
200, I think it's 200.
200
milligrams. But if you're going for it's pretty good.
Yeah.
But if you are having more of a stock standard electrolyte, it may not have any magnesium.
No, that's right.
It might just be sodium and potassium, right?
Yeah.
So having an exclusive one you have before bed can help.
Yeah, yeah. Just a note on magnesium. I'm one of the people, and I've heard this is a thing. Most forms of magnesium will settle people down, and it's often used as like a pre-bedtime supplement because it helps you sleep. I go the opposite with it. I have magnesium in it, but it keeps me up. Yeah, even when I have the fucking sleepy nighttime ones.
Oh, really?
It keeps me up. It's fucked. But so I only supplement with magnesium before lunch, and if I forget about it, then wait till the next day. But yeah, I'd get on that. I think the soft tissue work is a big winner.
Yeah, look, typically I've found myself muscle cramps are related to nervous system activation, right? So it doesn't matter if you're rolling or not. If you're someone who suffers cramps, it's an indication that these fibers are like firing up, even maybe when you don't want them to. So your ability to stretch and get your nervous system to chill out is another thing which will help reduce cramping. So yeah, that's just something to consider. There it is. Hopefully that helps, man.
Thanks, Doug. Next question. This is, guys, big moment here. This is question number 200.
God dang.
For the Q&A episodes.
Phew, it's a few, eh?
That's a fucking lot. I always think we've just been doing this thing for a few months, but you're like, hey, bro, it's 5 years now on the pod. What the fuck? I'm just having so much fun talking to you.
See how I've aged?
Yeah, I'm like Obama with the time lapse.
Just great.
Still got the Riz though.
Always. The number one thing you can do to improve your BJJ training is develop a strength and mobility routine. And we have the routine for you, the Bulletproof for BJJ app. Myself and Joey have put this together with our over 30 years of experience in the health and fitness industry, as well as over 30 years of BJJ training. It is the culmination of everything we know to help you unlock your athleticism for BJJ. The perfect mix of strength and mobility training, as well as the perfect amount of advice to keep you on track, minimize your injuries, and have you performing like a weapon. Take the 14-day free trial. Just go to the App Store or the Play Store, download the app, and you can get in there, use it, benefit, and also join our community where you can get advice, get coaching, and get your training better today. Go to the App Store, download the app, and we'll see you on the inside.
Anonymous. Last question for today.
Let's go.
Hi, this is Lisa from Switzerland. I've been training BJJ for about 2.5 years now, and I absolutely love it. But it's already the third time someone has accidentally poked me in the eye during training and scratched my cornea.
Oh.
I'm usually by far the lightest and smallest person in class, but the rolls when it happened weren't even rough or so. And my eye healed really well each time, but it's extremely painful, and I don't want to risk my vision for jiu-jitsu.
Of course.
Do you guys have any tips on how to better protect my eyes?
Damn, Louisa, that fucking sucks.
Eye gouge.
I copped a really bad one last year.
Right.
Fucking, like, I got skull fucked by this dude.
Jesus.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my God, bro. Yeah, I mean, I was taking some photos of it. It looked all gross
Yeah.
for a while, but I had to put antibiotic drops in there in the end.
Yes.
But yeah, these are a real hazard. I do just want to say, though, fucking awesome to hear someone from Switzerland.
Yeah, shout out.
Yeah,
Louisa,
shout out, fucking Europe fam. All I can think of is I saw this a lot in Brazil. People that wear the sports prescription goggles.
Yeah.
Like you used to see it in the NBA, right?
Yeah. Horace Grant.
Horace Grant, that's
in the
right.
day,
And you always,
NBA.
and as a kid, you always like, what the fuck why is he wearing those goggles?
Yeah.
He needed glasses. But something like that, I think, is going to be the only practical solution for this. If you want to rule it out.
Agreed. I think that's about as certain as you can get. I guess I'd just ask the question, was it the same person? What
Shit, I did it again.
I just don't know. Because don't get me wrong, anything can happen in rolling. And definitely guys do get desperate if you're putting it on them. If you're doing well and you're a smaller, lighter woman, they're like, I got to get out of this triangle. Eye gouge. Like, look, for it to have happened a third time, if it's not the same person, well, things happen. But yeah, you're right in saying, you don't want to put your eyesight on the line. Definitely agree with Joe. Maybe the option for you is to be wearing some kind of sports eyewear. I guess the difficulty is I'm not sure how your hair arrangement is for that to stay on while you're rolling. It's hard enough to keep your general jiu-jitsu clothing on while you're rolling, let alone some eyewear. Look, I think it's even worth having a chat to your training partner to let them know, like, hey, can you not squeeze my face off? Or I don't think it's an unreasonable ask to just communicate with your partner and say, hey, I've got a sensitivity or I've got something I have to be careful of. Can you be aware of that? I think just putting that out there will help you with the prevention piece, but obviously a bit of protection will help.
Yeah, I think you're getting at something good there. Like, is there some kind of precursor scenario or situation that is leading to you being in this position? Like, because it's happened a few times, which is odd, right? You haven't been training for a long time.
If it's not the same person, then...
Yeah, and so, like reviewing when did it happen, what's going on in my rolls. As JT mentioned kind of in jest, it is a real thing whereby when a woman, but also a smaller person, is giving a hard time to a man or someone of a high, guys do stupid fucking shit because their ego doesn't want to lose. And that is often where maybe reckless things like this can happen. So that is not to say any of that is your fault, but if you're like, fuck, maybe that is kind of the thing, then okay, well, perhaps is there a way to talk with your training partner or choose your training partners differently so that there's less risk of that happening, you know?
Yeah.
And I think if you're training with better people that understand the dilemmas that face women and smaller people on the mats more commonly, then that puts you in the best position to have, you know, like a safe training experience.
But also in general, if you get the opportunity, training with higher, training partners who have a high level of skill, they're less likely to injure you because they are focused on the skill.
Yeah.
Right. So they're not worried about like awkward, silly things. They're just going to do what is efficient, and gouging you in the eyes is not that. So yeah, if you get the chance, try to roll with some more skillful people, and that might also help.
Yeah. Yeah. I can say I don't think I've eye gouged anyone over the years, but I definitely would have been a risk in my first year or two where I was just reckless,
just throwing
just
the
trying
arms
to
around,
fucking win
whatever you
cost.
can. Yeah.
So you're right. Like people that are more experienced, that are better controlled, are always going to be a good choice if you have that option.
Yes.
Hey, solid questions today. Love to hear from you guys. If you have a question for us about your jiu-jitsu journey or your work in the gym or some BJJ political bullshit, go to the webpage, Bulletproof for BJJ.com, hit the podcast page, record us a voicemail, and we'll feature you on a future episode. Love you guys. See you on the next one.
Shoo.